Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we are going to be drawing Garnet from Steven Universe, or well, outlining and coloring Garnet from Steven Universe, but in my dragon form. I didn't really add any wings or anything because I think that would make it a little too crazy. So I just added some design changes, as you can see here, like fire, and then I just made it a little bit different. But as always, it's still Garnet, the super savage Garnet from Steven Universe. So, without any more to talk about, let's get straight into this. And you see all these letters around. If you're wondering, that was for me and to understand what are the colors are, because Garnet has a wide diversity of colors in a way. So, instead of remembering all the colors off the top of my mind, I decided to instead just label everything on which colors it should be. So as I do that, basically what I was thinking here is adding 2 spikes as maybe something on the body or something like that to scales and stuff like that. And for here, of course, like I was doing fire and how dragons normally spit fire or have some kind of fire-breathing aspect to them. And as always, Garnet's hair is fabulous. I'll color that in black at the end, and now we're moving on to the visors. I probably could have done something with the visors, but I didn't really end up doing anything with it. I just ended up keeping it the same as the normal Garnet, or the canon Garnet. After you say Garnet for a while, it just sounds not like Garnet anymore. And I said it once again, as I'm saying, it sounds weird after you say it a while. Nonetheless, the gloves I had a little trouble with, as you can see in the background, so I ended up just doing Garnet with her hands out instead of having it completely closed. So I guess now it's time to do the hands. Have that there, and then come around and do the fingers. Have them attached to the gauntlets. And boom, we've got that part done, the fingers and the attached to the gauntlet. Come around and have that connect there. Have the first ring come around here and then come around here again. And then we get to the elbow part. I never really understood what that was. I thought it was an elbow, but then I thought it was a part of the gauntlet, so I was never really that sure of it. I knew it was something to do with the elbow or gauntlet, so I knew it had to be something. And then for here, I just wanted to make it a little bit different, either like teeth of a dragon or something similar to that. Everything else about Garnet, instead of just the hands, was pretty easy to do and not too hard. Always, when you're tracing, if you didn't already know this, it's always good to use a big eraser to erase all the little lines as you're going over them, so that you can't see the lines if you look hard enough, which I guess technically you could keep the lines if you wanted to, but for me personally, I prefer keeping the lines how they are and then erasing them afterwards. Next, do the second gauntlet or hand or whatever you want to call it. I call it a gauntlet. Some people may call it just a hand. Others may call it something else, but I'm going to stick with gauntlet. Next, we've got those parts, and then we come around, seeing as you can see the side a little more, so you'll come in. Next, we have to do the rest of the gauntlet, so we're going to come on that side, and then come on this side and do the same thing. After we've got that done, you can now color this area in, and turn that to just really dark black here. Actually, in retrospect, that's not really the best idea, seeing as Garnet's hair is also black. So, really for that, I'll probably just make Garnet have a little differentiating area right here, so that it doesn't look too weird. Alright, and I think that's everything on Garnet so far. So now let's going into the coloring. So first, let's get our magical donuts. As you can see, they're all in here. I don't think I've actually shown that on camera before, but that's what they are. So I'm going to take out a new one. Not looking, and I pulled one out. A white donut, as white is a pretty nice color, even though it's technically not a color, as many will say. Nonetheless, I'm going to do this, now coloring this in orange. Well, since we're at the coloring stage, I guess we could start erasing now. Erasing all the letters. Well, not the letters yet until you get to that specific part, but the outlining area. That said magenta, so I'll remember that. A magenta-ish color. Next, we erase the rest of the head, body, and everything. Alright, now we've got the head part erased. Now let's bring that down and then finish coloring in that area. Now color on this side. So for the most part, I think drawing Garnet was pretty easy, except for the gauntlets and hands, as I said. And I like doing it and giving it different designs, not making it too drastically different from the original Garnet. I think Bill's Cipher so far was the craziest one I've done compared to Garnet, or crazier, since I've only done 2 episodes so far. Nonetheless, time to color the fingers, thumbs, whatever in. And it appears that the fingers were magenta from what I wrote down. So let's do that. And got magenta, and time to color that in. Once this is finished done coloring, it'll look really nice in my opinion. As long as I don't mess anything up, that is. But so far it seems to be doing pretty well. Let's do, like, using the Sharpie pens, it's really good to have this part labeled and ready. And so it's easy to do smaller areas. And if you miss certain areas, you can just color it back in. And boom, you've got the whole thing. And I figured the gauntlets would stay white, so that's why I didn't write anything in it. I don't like write white or W or anything. I just left it as it was. Next, this is pink. So for pink, I'll use pink now and color that in. I think this was a good choice for the gauntlets because I didn't really have too many options, but I had enough options to make it look good enough. And no, probably at least a few people watching my channel are Steven Universe fans, or have at least heard of Steven Universe before. So that's always good to have people watch these kind of videos. Especially since Lars of the Stars and Jungle Moon came out recently. And no, this is not sponsored, and I'm not paid to say that. So now, once again, we're coloring the fingers in on both sides. I probably should have done that first, but I kind of want to get half of the body ready so I can do the other half without needing to go back and forth and keep looking constantly. And now we finished both sides relatively fast. I think I finished this side better, but I like these fingers better for some reason still, though. Oh, I can see I forgot to erase the finger marks. Now that we've got that done, I guess we can erase this part right here and make that orange. Get orange, and now I'll change the orange up and I'll make it a lighter orange. Now we've got that done. I guess there's not really too much to do. I guess now we can erase this part and erase this part too, I guess. And just keep it outlined though. Now I can still see the outlined area, and so we've got that area done too. I want to use the 2 different color oranges just so that it differentiates the lower half of the arm and the higher half of the arm, so that it's not too confusing. Next, right here is also light orange, as you can see, LO. Not LOL, so that's definitely good enough, because I don't think there's a color that's called LOL. And if there is, well, I've never seen it before. So let's continue to do the rest of the orange, and then we'll do the rest of the body. So, as I was saying before, when I did the 2 spikes, of course on Garnet she normally only has 1 spike, but I use 2, as for scales and spikes on a dragon and thorns and horns too. And really everything else I just did was, actually, wrong color orange, but that's fine, it's still orange. Erase that area too now. And got that part done. Next, we'll finish coloring that in, and then we'll move on to doing the rest of the gauntlets and then the legs finally. Now, moving on to magenta, erase this area. Alright, that's black too, so I'll do that right here. And I've got that area. Now for this area too. Now that we've got both sides, I think this was white too, so it didn't really have a specific color. So let's turn that back. And is this the correct color? Yes, I believe it is. Alright, now time to color that in. So right now, I'm thinking the gauntlet looks pretty nice, and I'm really liking this main area a lot more than the hands. I'm liking it a little more, but both of them are still pretty good. So currently, there will be 2 other videos uploaded today, or maybe they have already been uploaded. Either way, we're going to have 3 videos. And the 2 videos that are going to be uploaded are called 300 drawing prompts. Yay! And once again, now it's time to move on to the lower half of the body. I'm just going all over the place here. I don't actually have a specific area. Wait, nope, I'm actually going to do the top part. Ha, you thought I was going to do the bottom one? How about I do the top part first, and the face. I think I kind of messed up the teeth right there, or the smile, but it seems okay so far, because I didn't mess it up too far, especially right there, as you can see, as it comes to a point rather than a curve, which definitely changed a lot of that. Now we've come up to the top, and we've got the 2 sides. Now it's time to go right underneath the middle of the visor, or glasses, whatever you want to call them. Now that that's settled, I guess we can move on to the hair, to the area around it instead then. And got this area, Actually, now that I've colored over it, it doesn't look too bad once I've done it. And it seems to be relatively fine with the shoulders. It doesn't seem like it looks like it's blending the colors too much. Well, now it's time to bring the rest of the hair up and go all the way up to the top and around the visor. And once we get to this point, I guess I could curve that a little more, seeing as that I messed that up part a little bit. Yeah, sometimes I just can't talk. Blah. Anyway, so when coloring, it's kind of hard to annotate and have commentary over videos when you're drawing, as certain parts take a while to do. And like right here, what can I really say more about it? I've really just drawn Garnet and everything about it. I'll probably do more Steven Universe characters in the future though, as I'll most likely do Steven, seeing as he's named after the show, or the show's named after him. I'm not exactly sure which one came first. It's like the chicken or the egg, but you can probably find an actual answer for that. Now that we've got that done, we can do this area. A lot of areas on a Garnet have color, and then you get to her hair and her gauntlets, and then the left half of her leg, or the right half if you're looking from Garnet's point of view. And then it's like a little drainage of color. And as you can see, the marker's probably losing a bit of color, but it still should be fine if I go over it once or twice again. You're seeing it's starting to turn gray. But that's not a problem, seeing as I have more markers and plenty of time to get the rest of the color set up. I think most of the color got wasted on the hair. Well, not necessarily wasted, but used on the hair. That should be fine because now it's going back to normal and it is nice and dark, pure black, pitch black. Now we're almost done, and once we're done, I guess that'll be it. Actually, whoa. I almost forgot. We have to do the rest of the chest plate first. Then we can move on to the leg, and then we'll be done. Anyway, if you haven't already, remember to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so that you won't miss a single video I make. Come on, seriously, it's not that far. Just exit the video. Actually, you should probably just wait until the video ends. But then, you're gonna hit the subscribe button, and boom. You'll be subscribed, and then turn on notifications too. Don't forget that. That's always the important part. As YouTube is apparently, even if you subscribe, you need to turn on notifications in order to get notifications, pretty much. Now, finally ending off on the leg. I think this is going to be the longest part, seeing as I'm not using a thick marker like that one and using a Sharpie pen, but nonetheless it'll still work pretty well, or relatively well. And now that we've got that side, let's just head on up. And any gaps, we can probably fill those up too. So in my 300 drawing prompt series, as I explained in many videos already, I'm going to be using that as an expansion and be doing that a lot more than some of my other series, but still sticking to dragons and such, as my name implies. Anyway, so this is probably going to be the order of videos I'm going to do for this series. First, I started with Gravity Falls, then I moved to Steven Universe. Next, I might do Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Next, after that, I might do Pokemon, and then I'll move on from there. But that's my current list of ideas so far that I have set up, and maybe even from video games too, because so far I've just done cartoons. And then, if I use video games, then I'll probably go maybe even into Minecraft and games that have different feels to it, and like are blocky and cubed, and just games like that. You can always suggest what videos I should do next in the comment section below so that I don't run out of ideas, but I'm not going to be running out of ideas for a while. You'll know when I run out of ideas when I suggest a video called How to Draw Drawing Edition. That's when you'll know how I've run out of ideas, or when I've just stopped uploading, or I do a vlog channel. Either way, I'll probably be out of ideas by the time I do a vlog channel, or maybe not. It really depends. Alright, now we have to just finish up on the rest of Garnet, and once we've got that done, we're finished with Garnet. And we're done. Fill in a few of the extra bigger areas that have been left blank. And finally, we're now done with Garnet from Steven Universe. Anyway, this was a bit longer video. As you can see, it's about to turn to 20 minutes. Anyway, thank you for watching. Remember, hit that like button and subscribe, and share this with your family, friends, and everyone else. And you can even suggest ideas in the comments on what videos I should do next. Until next time, see ya!